Okay, here's the commentary video for UEFN project that I have made. Uh, Basically, the team has been created through my idea of creating the domination project, the desert domination project, sorry. And between the stronghold, I really enjoy both of them, so I was trying to combine them. But after understanding the differences, I just decided to keep going with the stronghold. Uh, First, the idea between those two was, for example, outside to create a battleground where is only as a background the noises, the shooting, and etc. And you are in a mission where you need to go, for example, to outpost like in Far Cry and just clean everything to win. Which stronghold is kind of it. You going and you killing all the guards. It's only you getting detected or not, or you basically try again. Uh, I really enjoy the way I set up the game, the way it looks. I think the desert looks pretty good team, as well as with the landscape I managed to create very cool covers, which really I'm a little bit proud of them. Even basically can do this in a couple of minutes, even seconds. Uh, Again, this was one of my first projects in UFN, as well as I'm not Fortnite player, so basically all the stuff was new, even of creating. I was really testing each weapon, understanding how they work. Uh, I had problems as well with basically everything, but it worked out. I wouldn't say that I don't have errors. I mean, not errors, problems that are not working. Yes, this project has, but it's playable. Uh, you can win it as well undetected, which I have already the video in forum, which I did it. Same, for example, the original one, when you creating the stronghold. Uh, I tried as well. I managed to pass it undetected, so I think uh, there I think I tried in 5 6 times to do it undetected. Here it was kind of similarly. It took me like maybe a little bit more or less. uh, I would say it was really similarly. uh, I really enjoyed the VFX which I managed to find to put them. For example, like this VFX, I took the audio from my computer because there is wind in some of them. There is bunch of them of these VFXs, and some of them contain sound, which is basically the wind, and you can hear it the way the wind goes. As you can see, the clouds. Uh, this was me trying to imitate the wind, which goes through the desert. This is, by the way, I didn't manage to do it from the first try. If I'm right, I had extremely big tries. For example, that's the one, and I think all of those I've been trying. Uh, there was even some fatal errors which didn't even allow me to go inside the game. It was actually telling me that it's failed, and I was starting over and over until there we go. Also, the forums were helping me. I really had the problem with sequencer. That's, I think, one of the problems that I didn't manage to solve it. For I have this sequence, which works extremely good. The only part that I don't have, I mean, it's only to set it up. When I tried to set it up, basically, the problem was it was playing, first of all, normally, but the state of this rock, so basically this rock will fall when the bomb will explode. It will fall, and after, when the player starts to play, it would come back to the same state as it is, like restored, which I realized the problem was in here. Here, for example, the for skip state, which in previous project I managed to create kind of similar, and it was working. Apparently here it didn't really want it. Also I had where the sequence goes all over, I mean works as it is, and then the camera just stops and doesn't let me move, which I guess again this is the keep state. But if I don't keep the state and I choose none or force restore, it will come back to the same state. So I decide to keep it as it is. So basically what's gonna be, it's still in a pre-game. I just managed to make on spawn, it will go the function all the way to the end and then it will stop. So basically the player still will move, he's not gonna see the sequence, but it will go in the same time. So for example, when I would start, I would go run to take some weapon. Well, I'll take this weapon and I would be ready to come have a look on this site. This cannon will explode and the rock will fall. And again, the idea first was the bomb explode by itself. For example, as you can see, there is the VFX system. But somehow in the sequencer, instead of exploding there, it was actually working right a couple of times until it just shifted to this position where it's cannon. So now in the sequence, the VFX works here, which I obviously rotated a little bit, the cannon to face the rock. So at least now it explodes the rock, which that's one of the challenge that I couldn't work out rightly about this. Same, I managed to create extremely a lot of covers. Okay, not extremely, but decent amount of covers where the player can always go around, as well as having some advantages. For example, there is some spawns where the enemies walks on this side. As you can see, there is the path. So basically, to see, he needs to come on top of this rock to be able to shoot them. As well here, if the player got detected, and because my game is gonna be in cooldown, sorry, not cooldown, the timer will go down in 5 minutes, and if the player couldn't kill it in 5 minutes, basically game over. So if he wants, here is as well the bow, exploding bow, which will help to clear it even faster. But again, as I said, I managed to make it undetected in those 5 minutes, so it's extremely possible, as for me, for a new player in Fortnite and etc. I mean, there was a couple of moments, even in the run, I was basically missing on the snipers that were trying just to walk. As well, there is some decent spots, for example, like this rock, the player will be able to go on top of it, which will give him a huge advantage, but as well the enemies will be able to see him from different spots, and if the player is not careful enough, this will trigger the reinforcements, which are on the sides, basically creating a trap for a player. As well, I have some OP stuff, OP covers. For example, here, if the player plays right, he can basically see a lot of enemies just going through this door in and out. As well, there is some explosives all over the map. And yeah, I think it looks great, and gameplay as well, gameplay-wise, is playable. It's interesting. I turn off the volume, might be on the video. I'm gonna turn on in a couple of seconds. You can hear the wind, which is with the VFX. There we go. I'm just gonna turn it back down because I have heard this wind so many times that my ears a little bit hurts. And yeah, I think the team, the cactuses look as they should in the way in the desert team as well. There is some rocks buried in the sand as well. I'll show you the sequencer because why not? What should be and what didn't. Okay, so here we go, the camera as well. There here was the music, and when in this spot previously I had the billboard which was writing here the stronghold, and it was always facing the player. It's just in the end, I don't know why I didn't add when I created the new one. So basically the billboard, that's why it's going so slowly. It will be face the player, and there we go. It falls, and the player sometimes was stacking like this before, like basically the camera. And by fixing, yeah, it's playable now. And I guess that's it. As I go through everything, basically, I think there is nothing to mention more, as maybe probably the managers, which I guess everybody has them, everybody make them right. I think there is everything explaining itself, where it goes, the end games, which there we go, detected, undetected, and etc. The HUD, which tells the player if he has been seen or not. Same as the triggers. Sorry, the trigger, the tracker, the enemy tracker, as well as the minimap. Actually, I should have loaded the game to show it. I create a little bit differently the tracker, another tracker, the minimap tracker, the indicator. For example, the stronghold, there we go, it shows with the yellow crown written with yellow stronghold, and now there we go. They have their own reinforcement symbol, basically on one side and on a second side as well, just to make a little bit the player aware that he's in danger zone when he's here and he needs to be extremely careful. And yeah, from each side you can see the snipers, you can shoot them from big distance, same as in original. Not same, a little bit less. The visibility range are 60, as well as all the enemies are in a very high mode, which make it a little bit more challenging, as I had before, I think on high, and I was just standing and they were actually missing on me. And now when the snipers are on very high, is basically if you stand on a visible spot, it's one shot, which makes the game more excited. And yeah, if I'm right, this is the zone where they see. So basically, here is safe spot, but passing through this rock, or even standing on this top rock, the snipers will see and they will start to attack. So also, the way I position the enemies, so I have 4 snipers, which 2 of them are walkable, 2 of them are just standing. Then I have below it, I have 2 guys which are just equipped with the pistols. They go a little bit outside and basically walking inside this place, around it, in a loop, just to make sure, as they have only pistols. Then is going a third layer, which is there we go, this little guy here, which has the shotgun, and basically he's patrolling outside. This green is the way he's patrolling, so all around this he's going. Then you have another guard which is four of them. They are just walking around site as well, but on top, just patrolling around. On the original one, there is no path for reinforcement, but when reinforcement are triggered, they actually ignore the path and they're going straight away where is the enemy is detected. The idea of this path was if they got if they lose the player, they would always be able to go on the path, but because of the leash, it doesn't really work that way. uh, I think I only noticed once that actually the reinforcement was going through the um, path. Cannot say that it doesn't work, but I cannot say that it actually works perfectly. Uh, but yeah, set the rules to cooperative end games, as well as here is the timer for 5 minutes.